secrets of different bills. Hey, don't condemn me, you need it, I got it listed here. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it here. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a law threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt. They try to bring me down. See me winning, you ain't like me then.
All right, so today I want to go ahead and break down 5 badges that I think a lot of individuals sleep on, that if they were to acquire them, it will go a long way. Okay, now we're not going to talk about things that everybody always do. Like everybody, you know, a lot of people get a high 3 ball. So like limitless lane, shifty shooter, set shot specialist, dead eye, mini marksman. Those aren't slept on badges because you accumulate those naturally just by getting a high 3 ball. Okay, we're talking about things that people actually sleep on that they don't truly utilize. Minimum. Okay, so for example, let's give the first example. Is driving layup and getting float game. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, no, I don't even do floaters. Well, you should add it to your repertoire. Because the thing is this, okay, let me say this first. When you watch YouTubers, most YouTubers, they're not going to give you the context through your lenses. They give you the context through their lenses. Example. You're watching somebody make a build, and most of these comp people, or quote unquote comp, or guys that run just with their teammates all the time. They run in the rec, pro-am, wherever time you see them, they're running with their team. They know spacing, right? They're gonna space the floor. They're gonna allow individuals to go to the paint and not have to worry about someone else cutting to the basket and bringing their man to the paint and that type of deal, right? Well, the casual player is in random rec, right? In random proving grounds. And the spacing is non-existent 98% of the time, right? 2% of the time you might get a team, they're actually sitting in the corners and they're spaced out. Mics on, communicating. So what I'm saying is that to sit here and negate driving layup and go all driving dunk, most of the time when you go to the paint and you're trying to do a driving dunk, there's gonna be other defenders in the paint. And a really good way to equalize that is a floater. And as you can see, a floater, all it requires is just a 65. But in my opinion, I believe that if you play a lot of random rec, you need to at least go 80 to get that float game and then boost it up to get Hall of Fame, right? And if it's because what happens is you're sitting at the elbow, you head fake, your guy jumps, you're going to the basket, you see all these guys crashing, do the teardrop, easy bucket, right? Floaters, teardrops, whatever you want to call it, are by far some of the easiest shot attempts in the game. It has really big green windows. I dropped a whole video on teardrops. You need to take in consideration, look at it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if you drop this all the way down, and most people will go up here, you see right here, 87, you'll see that you already have bronze, but bronze ain't gonna do nothing for you, right? If you wanna go 90, or you go like 88, right? You go 88 because you're gonna use your 5 cap breakers to get to 93, where you're only a 68 overall, so you don't even have the ability, you're not even close, right? So that's why if you look at 99.9% of my guard builds, they all have 80 and above. Okay, they all have 80 and above. Now, let's take a look at another one that I feel like people just absolutely sleep on, and we come over here to strength, and that is going to be physical finisher. Now, we'll come over here, let's get the driving layup. All right, you see you stop here at 68 or whatever you at, because you know you did your 88 on your driving, your dunk, and you're going to get cap breakers. And then you come over to strength. This is where it usually sits at. People will just stop here at strength, like whatever it's like in the low, like, you know, strength don't matter, this and that. In reality, strength matters if you're trying to get, you know, these badges here. And you can see a lot of people sleep on these badges. All right. But physical finisher is a game changer, right? That's all I got to say. Physical finisher is a game changer. And if you go 80 and just go 67 on your strength. That's like just going like 80 with 67 on strength. You get physical finisher on silver, and you will then be able to upgrade that up to Hall of Fame. Physical finisher is really good because, once again, not through the lens of creators that play with their teammates. When you go to the basket, you don't want to do the teardrop. All right, fine. You try to do a contact dunk. You know, there's 4 people in the paint. You know what I'm saying? It knocks you out of your contact dunk animation, or it will immediately give you a physical finisher animation. And the higher you can go with the max +2, I'm not trying to say go crazy high, but just getting something like this with an 80 driving layup and a 67 strength will give you teardrop or float game on silver and physical finisher on silver. And it's going to be light years convenient and better for you, and not being as stressed out. And I'm just letting you know, a lot of people, you know, you can say what you want to say. You know, a lot of you feel like, oh man, my build is this and that, and it's the perfect. Okay, it's cool, fine, whatever. That's cool. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that you need to make it, like, you know, do it like this, but I'm just letting you know that it is going to benefit you more, right? By doing that. Okay? Now, I also want to point out, you know, another badge that I feel like, once again, a lot of people don't utilize, which is Layup Mixmaster. Now, you see this is on bronze. That's why you'll see a lot of my builds, I'll at least get to an 85, right? 85, you know, you're trying to get, and again, as you can know, like, I love slashing. So I have my years and years of slashing, and then playing with nothing but a lot of slashing builds this year. You come to find out, like, yo, these badges really matter. Layup Mixmaster, I did a whole video on this, right? About holding L2, slowing down your layups, your Euro steps. All you have to do is just go diagonal, down and diagonal left, or down and diagonal right to get these Euro steps. And you'll be amazed by just getting this up to gold, Hall of Fame, whatever, how insane your bag would be with just, and it's funny because you see float game, layup maxer, and physical finisher, they're all on silver. How great this will make you be as a player by having those protections of when you're going to the basket, and let's say you press square, right? So maybe you're going to the basket and you don't really do you're not using the right stick, you're pressing a lot of square. So there's some RNG in that. You don't know if you'll get a contact dunk, you don't know if you'll get a layup, or you don't know if it's gonna do a Euro step. Regardless, you're protected because now you have all these badges, at least silver, and then you can bump them up to gold and Hall of Fame with the 67 strength, all right? So you can still maintain that 93 ball and be able to do all that and still have these badges and these protections, okay? I wanna come over here now. Again, I don't know why people just do not do this, but I highly recommend always at least getting a 60 on your defensive or offensive rebound. Get that rebound chaser on bronze. It's an animation badge, and you'll be amazed at how many times, even though you're a point guard or shooting guard or whatever, just by having bronze rebound chaser will put you ahead of other opponents, because again, you watch these other creators, they put nothing in their rebounding. I'm a point guard, I don't need rebound. But they'll stop at like 54. Like, bro, like, just add those 6 attributes and get rebound chaser. It just makes sense. It makes sense. Offensive rebound is way much cheaper. So you can go 60 and then drop this down if you wanted to, right? You just want the badge, right? So boom, now you have the badge, 45 defensive, 60 offensive, whatever's cheaper. It doesn't matter, just get it. You're going to be amazed at how well that will, you know, help you out and how far it can take you by just having that offensive rebound or defensive rebound on 60, getting that bronze rebound chaser, okay? Listen, I'm telling you, it's gonna go a good way with you, all right? I'm telling you, man, it's amazing how many rebounds I get. If you look at my videos in the rec, I'm on my 6'4" guard or whatever guard I'm on, whatever, and, you know, I'm always out there in the rec game having, you know, 4 or 5 rebounds, you know? And if you don't have these badges, you ain't getting none of them. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Those are 4. The last one, we got to come over to pass accuracy. All right. Now, you do know, I always say bare minimum 65 on your pass accuracy. But in reality, I always feel like you can go 76, right? To get that versatile visionary, right? And of course, you know, you go 77 to get De'Aaron Fox, which to me is the sweet spots of all sweet spots. But what happens is, and again, I get it, a lot of us are not going to put anything in our pass accuracy because, you know, hey, I don't pass, I don't do this and that. But again, if you're running with randoms and the spacing is bad, the windows are going to be a lot tighter, you know, and Versatile Visionary is a slept-on badge because, again, it proves a player's ability to thread and fit tight passes, including alley-oops, quickly and on time. And all you have to do is just max +1 or 2 that to get that on Gold or Hall of Fame, and you just have a 77, 76 pass accuracy, and it's just going to go a long way. And I'm telling you, you do not want to be in a situation where you're the guy that continuously throws intercepted passes. Versatile Visionary is going to help you out a lot. Is it going to? Now, if you're a low IQ, terrible passing, bad, no. But if you're somebody that just, you know, is just trying to be like, damn, like, I know these windows are tight, but I should be able to get that there. Versatile Visionary, max +1 or 2 it, and you could be cooking with grease, okay? So those are the badges that I think that a lot of people sleep on. Float Game, Layup Mixmaster, Physical Finisher, Rebound Chaser, and Versatile Visionary. Getting those up just by doing this, like basically what you see right here. Everything that I just did right here with the pass accuracy, my layup, the driving dunk at 88, you can just do max +5 to get that to a 90, 93. The 60 offensive rebound and the 67 strength. I'm still a 66 overall. So I hit all the key things that a lot of people sleep on. And now you can go ahead and make your build. Like you can literally make your build. Go 40 right here, right? You can go ahead and, you know, let's say for instance, you want to have that high 3 ball, right? So maybe you want to get to a 90. So you're just going to use, you know, 5 cap breakers to get there. Get to that 85. I like to go 85 on my free throw because I play a lot of rec, right? So you can just start building up what you're trying to get. You know, maybe you want to go, I don't know, 84 on your, 86, and then you want to go 86 here, right? And, you know, you want to get some defense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I like to get, again, you know, bronze badges, try to work on bronze badges first and then work my way up, right? Maybe I'll go 85 here, go 68 on my block, you know, to be able to get, so we max out my wingspan a little bit more, boom, go 68 my block to get high flyer denier. I already got the rebounding. I'm gonna get some my 85 here. Gotta go 80 on the vert. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just building this randomly building stuff. Maybe go 85 right here also again, you know, and then maybe I want to go higher here. Maybe I want to go 91 or, you know, whatever. But you can already see like the build is coming into place and we have those key badges that I'm talking about. So again, you know, don't make it seem like what I'm telling you that you should get is like going to absolutely eat up your overall ranking. It's not. So, you know, just keep that in mind. This is a 6'5" build. I just do a random height here. But again, just take them in consideration. So y'all let me know in the comment section what do I think about the badges that I mentioned. Is there any other badges that I'm sleeping on? Remember, we're talking about badges that people just naturally don't do. Like most people just naturally don't go that high for those. So again, telling somebody like, yeah, man, people be sleeping on Limitless. Dog, a lot of people have 90+ 3 balls. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people go higher than 3. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody sleeping on, you know, these badges here, you know what I mean? So same for defense. People go high on their defensive still. It's not being slept on. A lot of people just sleep on layup. A lot of people sleep on strength. A lot of people sleep on their offense, defensive rebound. And a lot of people just absolutely destroy their pass accuracy. They don't put nothing in it most of the time. So that's what I'm talking about. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy. I'll be back really, really soon. Another banger, man. And you know, when I say back soon, another banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.